from the Dabbling Hook. Hope everyone's having a great week so far. I am having a great day because vacation starts today. Can't wait. It's been months since I've had a proper day off and my brain is ready, so yay. Another quick video just to keep on track. There definitely won't be a video next week because I'll be on vacation, but just to show what I'm working on or trying to finish and what I have finished. So whips. Actually, no, I'm going to start with purchases because of my the blanket, the baby blanket for the granny, the sunburst granny that I'm working on. I'm joining with white yarn, and I definitely will not have enough for what I'm doing, so I went to AC Moore and bought another jumbo skein of this Studio Classic. It is really soft. I would say it's as soft as Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn. I love this one a lot. I know Jenny of Lovingly Knee uses this as well. She's actually doing, in one of the variegated, she's doing a planned pooling blanket for her son in this brand. Planned pooling, which I tried twice and I just don't have that kind of patience. And while I was there, of course, they were having a sale and some clearance, and I ended up buying 2 skeins of this. It's called Stitch Studio by Nicole Heather Chunky. I used their Heather yarn last year, but that was in worsted weight, and I believe they discontinued it. It was really drapey and soft. It has a soft halo on it, kind of like this one does. I don't know if you can see that, but they came out with a chunky version which is on clearance, so they're getting rid of that as well. So I just grabbed a couple of 2 of these, and this is a number 5 weight, 306 yards, 280 meters, 280 grams, and it calls for an 8mm hook, which, yeah, I would use that. So, as I was saying, telemarketers, interruption. So yeah, the yarn, I got 2 of those just to give it a try, and there are a few other things I bought, I'm sure, on sale at Michael's. It's in the back of my car. I'm not hiding it. I just haven't brought it in yet because I'll have to find somewhere to put it, and no. Although I do have some gaps from using yarn, but that's not where they would go, so I have nowhere to put that type of yarn. So it's in the back of my car. Anyway, so that's that. So the whips. From the last time, the Sunburst Granny Square, I had, I think, 3 rows done. I am up to 7, no, sorry, 7. I'm up to 5 rows of squares joined, and there are 7 squares per row. So, I don't know how much farther I am going to go. I was hoping to have it at least done far enough to put the border on it, but that didn't happen, and I'm going to go on vacation, and that is, I don't believe it's one that I will take with me. We'll see if I have room, because I have to take a lot of my fall yarns with me to do stuff at night while I'm on vacation. So that's that. The other one is the Skimming Stones cowl, and we are in the home stretch on it, and oops, wrong way. It is really going to need a good steam blocking on the edges. It's just, yeah, plus this is acrylic, so it's just curling away. But I know it's going to be hard to see because I haven't taken a picture after the I think my last picture was as of part 3. I'll put it in anyway. But I haven't taken a picture since here, up to here. So I've added from here last night, and I am about 10 rows. I still have to go to finish part 4, and part 5 just came out today, which is the end of it. So it's basically, see how this part is just getting smaller and smaller. From the pictures I've seen for part 4, it ends up like really small, probably like down to here. So we'll see. When I picked it up again last night to do it, my count was off by 1 stitch, and it took me about 20 minutes to figure out where I went wrong, and I thought I'd have to pull all of this out. But I finally figured it out. I actually dropped or missed a wrong side. I missed a single crochet right here. So I was able to fudge it and just add another stitch strategically to get me back on track. No one will ever know but me once I take that pin out. Yeah, so I am hoping to finish up part 4 tonight, so I can just finish it off, and I'm still attached to all the different yarns I was using right now. So that's that. I think not my only whip, but my only oh no, not my only active whip, or I should say cals and M-cals, and I am totally attached here, and I'm going to cause an avalanche. So the other cal that I'm working on, I'm pretty sure I showed it last time, but I mentioned it anyway. Valerie of Old Soul Crochet Co. Is doing her Snowy Owl crochet along, and she's doing it through IGTV, so I know the next part is up and I haven't done it yet, but she has this technique, her feather stitch she calls it, which I think is really cool. Yeah, I think this is really cool. But she's using, again, the Bernat blanket yarn, and she's using an 11.5mm hook. It's the other P hook. Most of the P's are 10mm, which is what I'm using, because I thought 11.5 was too big. I think she crochets tightly because her stitches looked way tighter than mine, but I still find that mine came out gappy, a little loose after I stuffed it. But this is where we are right now, and this is pantyhose, nylon. So this is the body of it. So this is the last part that ended before it came out. The last one came out. Ooh, I cannot talk. This was where we ended before starting the head, which is what is out now that I haven't started yet. So it's been stuffed with a nylon as you're going along, and then you crochet around it, and then you're just going to continue and go out for the head. But yeah, this is the body, and see, and the whole purpose of the nylon, you could have used a white one, but she did mention that the owls do have like black specks on it, and there's no yarn to mimic that, or at least this yarn. So she said using the black nylon kind of mimics, when you see through the gaps, mimics the black specks on there. But it's going to be a pretty good size. It's bigger than my head. So the head, I have to do the head either tonight or not tonight, probably. Most likely tomorrow, because I want to finish the skimming stones. So that's that. It's ginormous. I am definitely, well, Valerie, if you're watching, will you have this written down somewhere? If not, I'm going to have to try to see if I can go back, if the IGTV is still around, and write it down, because I would love to actually do this in a regular size yarn, just to see. It would be so cute in a regular size. But so that's next. Alright, on to finished objects. So I was getting bored with the sunburst granny. So I decided to stop and, or not stop, take a rest and make the hat to go with the blanket. So this is the little hat. Looks big on here, but it's really tiny. So there is no pattern for this. Ooh. My light is, it's pretty bright outside and hot, but it's doing funky things. Maybe it's just the color of this. But this is the hat to go with it. This is my own pattern. Yep. So, and that's what I just used the cake from the other end, and made the hat from the same Bernat Pop yarn. Next thing is that baby blanket that I think 2 videos ago I showed the squares for a surprise baby blanket that I'm doing for a yarn group, a stitch group I should say, that I'm in. And we had sort of agreed on the color scheme, which is the aquas, the turquoise, white, off-white color. But that wasn't totally set in stone, so some people added little bits of pink of different shades. So I had leftover from a Bernat Super Value Big Stripes yarn. I think the colorway is called Upbeat. So this is what I went for, to add some pink to it to match some of the other folks. And then the other thing I did is the washcloth crochet along that is being done through the Cal Central group, and it's being hosted on the Underground Crafters webpage. That, along with, they have a lot of other crochet alongs going. I think they have a Christmas in July going as well. I am holding back on joining any more Cals right now. It's putting a damper on my fall crochet, totally. But this is the yeah, number 4, square number 4, and it is called, I'll put in a picture, it's called the Grill Master dish towel set, and it's a dish towel with a small cloth. But and there's a stripe design that goes on it, and I didn't want to do that, and I also didn't have enough of the yarn, because I'm trying to just go by what I have in stash for my cotton, or my cotton blends. So I had this Karen cake, so I just did a dishcloth size, and I just added this. This wasn't part of it. Yeah, so I just did that instead. And I kind of like, I still got the stripes, but it's just all through the yarn. And the stitch is a stitch I've used in the round before, but never back and forth. And I like the way that the back and forth looks. But I did a hat maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And I don't know if I have a picture of it. If I do, I'll put it in. But if not, and I love the texture it gave of the yarn, sort of like this, but this one has a more slanted, stacked patterning to it, but in the round it's more stacked evenly on top of each other. But yeah, and I forget who the designer is, but the link for the crochet along will be down below, and I'll put the designer's name on it once I edit this. And square number 5 just came out, and again, of course, I cannot remember who the designer is, but it's basically 4 small corner-to-corner squares that you then attach together. So you have 2 plain ones, and you can do whatever design you want, but it had 2 plain ones, and then these 2 designs, or this I didn't enjoy too much because of all the yarn ends and having to sew in. It was a lot of that. But all in all, not bad. So that's that. And as far as other completed, so The Friendly Red Fox. Ooh, I never took the pins out of the back of the head, even after sewing. The Friendly Red Fox, I'd mentioned, has her, she's putting out a pattern for every letter of the alphabet, and we are on letter, or we are, she's on letter F. And, can you guess what it is? It came out yesterday or the day before. It's out. So this is Frederick the Fox. Isn't he adorable? With his big tail. Her tail in the photo sticks out like this, and she said to stuff it lightly, and I guess I went a little too light. And I only stuffed down here and not, you know, over here, so it just hangs, which is fine. But yeah. I want to make one of these again in, hers were, I think, pretty sure she used Vanna's Choice yarn. If I can read my yarns just by look. She had white here. I didn't have enough white in this yarn to do it, and black. And this is all Joann's Big Twist Premium, which is my favorite worsted weight yarn, which they are discontinuing, which completely sucks. So this is their color called Raven. It's supposed to be like a, they don't have a true black color, so it's more like a gray black, but in different lights it really looks brown, and it's not the brown, more like a gray brown than a black. Because when I think of a raven, I think really black, and this is definitely not it. But this, the orange is called Yam, and then this is Ivory, I believe. Yeah. And I went bigger on the eyes because I think my yarn is a little, it's a heavier worsted weight. And this, for her, she uses white, like I said, but I didn't have enough of that. So yeah, this is Frederick. He is adorable. But I was saying, I want to make it, but I want to make him in a red, a fall red color. I think that would look really cool. And I think I have some back there. I have enough for the body, but I don't have the same weight in the yarn I'm thinking of for, I have enough for the body and the snout color, but I don't have a black in that yarn that I'm thinking of. I'll make it work. So that's Frederick. And lastly, what do I have left? I think I have something I don't remember if I showed last week, and I'm going to show it again, but if I showed it last week, oh well, round two. But the other cal that I've been following is, was a mystery cal by Amy, I forget her last name, but it's Amy's Crochet Cave, and I blame it on Angelia. She's the one who posted it in her page, and of course it's an amigurumi, so I jumped in on it. So the last part came out today, which was just joining everything together. So it is, I think it's a hippo. It doesn't say what it is, but is it a hippo? I love the ears, so I don't know what it is. It makes me smile, it makes me happy. I just love the ears. But yeah, pretty sure it's a hippo. She didn't say. I question it because of this part. But you sewed it in the sitting position. I'm sure you could have sewn it, you know, with the legs down or however you wanted. But yeah, the whole head was supposed to be in this color. This is Vicky Howell's Sheepish yarn, and this was when she was still with, her yarn was originally under Karen, which is all Yarnspiration now, but then it moved to Bernat, Sheepish, and then I think her name got taken off it and it was just called Sheepish. But this is when it was still a Vicky Howell Sheepish, and I got this on clearance at some big box discount store. But I ran out of the main color, which is chartreuse-ish. Everything was a sheepish color, and this was tealish. So I ran out of this, halfway through, or almost done with the head, so it ended up working out. Oh, I love the ears. But yeah. His legs are supposed to touch the floor and sit like that. Cute. And then this yarn I would not recommend for amigurumi or somebody new. I use it because I opened the drawer to see what I had to use, and it was there, and it's old stash. But frogging it, it clings to itself like crazy. When you're sewing the parts together, the yarn, after a few passes, the stress of it, it breaks really easily, so you have to be really careful. And then you have to fluff the tail out, and yeah, you just have to be really careful with it. So, and this is also, I think, 20 or 30% wool too, but it was in stash and I wanted to get rid of it, so yeah. So that's it. As far as the giveaway, I did see that I had quite a few subscribers this past week, and I'm pretty sure that is due to Summer's Tips and Tricks. I'll put the right name there. If you haven't already, check out Summer's channel. I think she's either ending or still going on. She's having her 1,000 subscriber giveaway. No, I think she just did the, she pulled the winners. Her boys were in that video. So, hi Summer, and thanks for the shout out. Her channel, she does a lot of reviews on her channel, so if you ever want to find out about stuff, that's a good channel to subscribe to, and just, she just has fun projects, so check her out. And, I think that's it for now. No video next week, I don't think. Maybe. Probably not, because I won't be able to edit while I'm on vacation, so no. But that's it. Under 20 minutes. Well, after I edit, probably not, but alright, I will talk to you guys in a couple weeks, if not sooner, and thanks for watching. Bye.